Cassie Salazar is a waitress and part of a band called The Loyal, which performs at a bar. She was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 6 months ago. Luke, on the other hand, is a U.S. Marine preparing for deployment to Iraq. He joined the Marines to prove his father wrong and start a new life. At a pharmacy, Cassie explained to a pharmacist that she couldn't afford insulin because her medical insurance had not been renewed. Cassie's mother, Marisol, overheard the conversation and gave Cassie some cash, insisting that her health should always come first. Despite her mother's help, the cash was still insufficient to cover the cost of insulin. Marisol visited Cassie's apartment and noticed that Cassie hadn't paid her rent, and the doorknob was broken. She grew concerned about her daughter's financial struggles and suggested that Cassie move back in with her, but Cassie refused. During an evening at a bar, Cassie reunited with her childhood friend, Frankie. She was put off by Frankie's friends, who made misogynistic jokes. However, this encounter led to her meeting Luke, a U.S. Marine Lance Corporal. Her friend Nora told Cassie that marrying a Marine would provide excellent health insurance benefits. While performing with her band at a bar, Cassie became dizzy and had to leave the stage midway through their performance. She then went to Frankie's house, where she was greeted by Luke. Cassie proposed the idea of marrying Frankie with the goal of obtaining health benefits for herself and additional pay for Frankie. However, Luke overheard their conversation and sternly lectured Cassie on how a fraudulent marriage would amount to ripping off the government. Cassie expressed her different perspective, mentioning her mother's years of paying taxes before she gained the right to vote. Luke retorted by calling her mother an illegal immigrant. Ultimately, Frankie declined Cassie's proposal as he had recently reconciled with his girlfriend, Riley. After being threatened by Jono due to his $15,000 debt, Luke arranged to meet Cassie and proposed that they enter a fake marriage. This arrangement would allow Luke to pay off his debt, while Cassie would benefit from the health insurance provided to military spouses. The plan was to marry temporarily and then file for divorce after Luke's deployment. Cassie and Luke had their fake marriage officiated. Frankie gave Cassie a ring to wear as part of their fake marriage, with the intention that she would take care of it while he was deployed. He planned to use the same ring to propose to his girlfriend, Riley, after his return from deployment. The night before Luke's deployment, the Marines and their partners had a final dinner together. During the dinner, Cassie felt uncomfortable with the Marines' behavior, including grunting and inappropriate remarks. When a Marine named Armando made a toast to hunting down Arabs, Cassie took offense, as it seemed like they were targeting an entire ethnicity. An argument ensued between Cassie and Armando, which caught the attention of the others. Luke intervened, instructing Cassie to sit down. Later, he continued to argue with Cassie outside the gathering. To avoid suspicion about the legitimacy of their marriage, Luke hugged Cassie and urged her to pretend they were truly in love. While in Iraq, Luke's legs were severely injured by an improvised explosive device. He was transferred from Germany to the Naval Medical Center in San Diego for treatment and rehabilitation. During this time, Cassie visited Luke's father's house, mistakenly thinking she was visiting Luke's brother. Luke's father, Jacob Morrow Saray, was surprised to learn that Luke had joined the Marines and that he was married. When Luke's family visited him in the hospital, his father expressed a desire to reconnect with his son. Jacob even offered to drive Luke to his physiotherapy appointments. However, Luke was troubled by the fact that Cassie had disclosed their fake marriage to his father, fearing that his father might turn them in if he discovered the truth about the marriage's fraudulent nature. Luke moved into Cassie's third-floor apartment, providing them an opportunity to become better acquainted during his stay. The two also attended the funeral of Frankie Mubuthia, who tragically lost his life in Iraq. During this time, Cassie decided to give Frankie's ring to his girlfriend, Riley. She informed Riley that Frankie had intended to use the ring for a proposal and that he would have wanted her to have it. In a kind gesture, Cassie and Jacob got a golden retriever dog for Luke. They named the dog Peaches, a reference to her Georgia origins. Their peaceful life was disrupted when Jono, a drug dealer to whom Luke owed $15,000, broke into Cassie's mother's house to threaten Luke. In response, Cassie decided to end their fake marriage and ordered Luke to move out. Subsequently, Luke faced legal repercussions. He was charged with fraud and detained at a military base. In court, he pled guilty to coercing Cassie into a fraudulent marriage. Luke emphasized that Cassie was unaware that their marriage violated military law. As a result, he was sentenced to serve 6 months. Cassie continued to pursue her passion for music and performed at the Hollywood Bowl with her band, The Loyal. After the concert concluded, she rushed over to Camp Pendleton military base. Just as Luke was about to begin his sentence, Cassie approached him and openly professed her love. Their feelings for each other were mutual, and they shared a kiss.